All right, Shalom, Shalom, Kahalal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakurash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of GMS, the REUPLOAD, who we learned this truth from. And salutations and blessings to you elect out there, starting with 144,000. So we were just, me and the elder Yuwasip here. All right. We just did a live, but it was in and out, so we're just going to do a recording, through the Spirit. But we're just getting into the signs of the times. Everything's happening, everything's going on, right? We're talking about the Bill C9 that's already enacted since yesterday. So we had our first highways under the bill. Like I told you already, right? When we came to camp, there was already a police cruiser there waiting, right? It was already just chilling, right, facing us. But either way, Esau's going to come with the heat. They're going to come with the persecution of the prophets, and it's going to be in your tongue, the condemnation. That's what he wants to get you at, right? That's what we were saying. When the police pull you over, they're trying to extract information from you, right? They're saying, hey, how's it going? License, registration, and then there's a moment of silence, and then he'll say, where are you going? Right? Where are you coming from? Right? Which is none of his business. But again, it's trying to get you to be nervous and that's why a good lawyer, he'll tell you, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. And if you get arrested, just shut up and call the lawyer, right? Call the mediator, which our mediator is Yahweh Shai. So right now we can't have too much say in general with our words, right? That's why we're using these code names, these code words, right? In the Hebrew, these certain lingos, vernacular, because again, this wisdom is going to be hidden. This knowledge, we're coming into a time of the famine, right? Bringing it up.
Yeah, which is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine. I will send a famine. I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
That's it. Right? So that famine, again, is coming into a very serious time, man, because famine itself is serious.
Yeah,
famine
you gotta
is
lack.
A bad death, bro.
Yeah. Especially not hearing the Heavenly Father's word anymore. So it's just going to be plain judgment being handed out, to whosoever, right?
Yep.
And it's going to be cold.
That's it. That's why you just made that analogy before when we were on live about a hot meal, a hot plate.
Yeah.
It ain't hot forever.
That's right.
Get it while it's hot.
That's right. This is the best spiritual food you could actually consume, right? Before this judgment gets handed out, because now we're in we're gradually going into the what do you call it? A Roman-like empire, right? Of being tyrannical and draconian.
We're already living in feudalism, technically, right? Because when you look up feudalism, it's pretty much a lordship. You got landlords, you got this taxation system. You need a license and permission for everything.
Yeah.
You need a license to get married. What type of shit is that?
Yeah.
Where's that in the scriptures? Right? But again, the main point is we're going to be off the corners. We're going to be not even doing in-class anymore because, as I said, everything's going to be locked off.
Yeah.
The AI bots, the 5G, which is coming to 6G, is going to be interconnected. And you're not going to have no say. They're going to have buzzwords, right? You say Israelite, you say Yahweh, you say certain things. Boom, you're just blocked. You're off. And matter of fact, not even that. You're just going to be arrested.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just going to be chilling in your house. You're going to be arrested.
It's going to be like those dystopian movies. V for Vendetta.
Con. Exactly. What was that other one during the virus where she had to check her eye scan every day?
I Am Legend.
Sick? No, it was a newer one. I think it was called Pandemic or something, or 19 or some shit. It came out during that time, 2020.
Oh.
Yeah, but she got sick. They detected something. They came right in the house.
Bird Song?
Songbird?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of them. But there's another one. There's a Latina girl. There's a Latin tribe girl. And they came in the white hazmat suits and they arrested her. But it's coming to that time. You got Hey, one of the brothers, Gabar, Salakia, he had a dream yesterday. He shared with us. He had a dream where, you know, you had Esau's robot dogs out, you know, hunting. He had dogs. He had fucking robot snakes in the grass, right? So that's like there's his drones, his robots going out, you know, doing his work. So you're gonna have drones. You're gonna have all kinds of shit. So you're gonna need Yahweh Shem Yahushua in that time, man.
Yeah, because even if you go out in the wilderness, so Esau is trying to mimic Yahweh Shem Yahushua's creations to monitor you and to throw you into, you know, into his prisons, his prison system.
And we were talking about yesterday what's going on in Canada right now, which is it cleared up the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the wildfires. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, it cleared up. But again, they're clearing people out from the north, man. If you're living up in the north, you think it's good, right? It is good, it's wilderness, but they're clearing you out. They don't want you up there.
Yeah, they're smoking you out.
You know, and this is places even past Thunder Bay.
Yeah, that's
past Timmins.
Yeah, this is
going up to Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, this is almost a day's worth of travel.
I drove up there once. It's like 12-hour drive, right? But that's far. Even further than that, if you go in the wilderness, which you're going to Manitoba.
Yeah.
You know, they're just whoever's out there. They're bringing you. They're herding you. That's what one of our brothers said yesterday. They're herding you, right, into these 15-minute cities, these zones, man.
Yeah.
Right. They don't want you to be independent, homesteading, farming. They're getting rid of farming.
That's right.
You know, they got lab-grown meat. They got, you know, bio meat, GMO food, GMO broccoli, everything. Everything is artificially made already. You know, so you're seeing that dystopian future, man. But again, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's gonna cut it short. And the time is short. The time is moving.
Yeah.
I can't keep up, bro.
Yeah, you really can't. Oh man, like if you're in the kingdom, you'll see how short it was. Like, but to us, it's like, you know, it's happening right before our eyes, faster than like we actually blink. Like the day's gone, right? It's already because this is this kingdom is on its last leg. It's on a last lifeline. It's basically already in cardiac arrest. You know,
it was that guy. He said a circle in the drain.
Yeah.
George. Carlin.
Yeah, George Carl.
Yeah. Right. He said America's circle in the drain. Right. When you see the water, the drain is pretty much, the sink is pretty much empty. It's just circling that last part.
Yeah, that tornado. That's,
you know, the vortex.
The vortex.
Right. So that's the time we're in. It's a beautiful time. And again, the brother saying about the shortening of the days. That's literally that's not like a placebo where everyone's experiencing the same thing, because the Lord is literally he's the Most High. So he'll however you know, you imagine it, your VCR, how you fast forward, the Lord can do the same thing with time, right? He can literally speed up time, right? Did not he give Joshua the power to block out the sun and the moon for one day? So that's, the sun stood still, not blackout. So like it was still.
Yes.
So that means there was a day not recorded. That means like, what does that mean? Time, right? So the Lord, he's speeding up the time on the elect's behalf, man. You know, literally for the elect, because he said if he didn't, there's no flesh to be saved. Right? You're seeing, first of all, family's done. There's no such thing as a family anymore. Family is a dysfunctional thing, right? You're raising nothing but harlots in this kingdom, right? No morals. So that part of a human is done. A family, which is essential, right? That's why the first two consonants of the Hebrew, is Abba, father, right? Which really means alap, going into alap, which is cattle, cattle, and then ba, which is bayah, the home. Right? And these are essential things, man, for a family. Just to even be a family, right? But again, you got Esau. He's tampering with everything, right? To the godly, or good things, and so to the sinner they turn evil, right? The principal things for all the use of men is water, flour.
What else is it? Water.
333.
Oh.
Right,
Yeah.
water, flour, iron, and salt. These things he defiled. They turned evil to him, man. You got bleached out salt, sodium.
Mhm.
Pass the salt. Salt is supposed to have like 80, 90 different minerals, right?
That's right.
When you go to the ocean, you get healed because of the salt water,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you go in there, it's not like that's why pools, they got chlorine. If you piss in there, it's supposed to disinfect it. But that's what salt does. If seawater really can't be defiled because it's first of all ever flowing. It's flowing, and it's pure salt, which is healing. That's why even a wicked dentist, when you type in tooth pain, they'll recommend even swishing. What do you call it? Salt water in your mouth, gargling salt water. They'll even tell you that. They'll say, oh, it's not a permanent fix and this and that, but it's so powerful, right? If you have excruciating pain, you just do that for 5 minutes and your pain is gone. That's how powerful it is. So again, this man defiled everything. Bring him. Bring him what you got.
Okay. Short. Grab something else.
All right, because again, man, the time we're in, the famine of the word, we're here. Canada is the first crop. The Lord chose it here, and like I said, through the Spirit, UK and Australia will follow swiftly. And Babylon the Great, Europe is going to follow and all that. And Babylon the Great, America is going to be the last place. That last place, man, where it's going to be shut down. And that's the Spirit anyway, because America is that last, the virgin.
Yeah. Virgin.
Right, but the skirt is being lifted to find out you're nothing but a harlot.
Okay.
Right, you presented yourself as a virgin to the whole world, like you're so holy. You got it.
Yeah. This is Revelation 12:10. Read NLT. It says, "Then I heard a loud voice shouting across the heavens, it has come at last, salvation and power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brothers and sisters has been thrown down to earth, the one who accuses them before our Yahweh," right?
Our
Day
power.
and night.
Yeah.
Our power.
Yeah.
Our power, day and night. So that's why they say give no rest. There's no rest unto the wicked, right? So he's been doing what he's been doing for a long time, right? And it's only right that right now is the time where the Most High is doing what he's doing, allowing Esau to do what he has to do with putting forth this bill, right? It's really that's just a nail getting shot into his foot, because he's setting up his own self for destruction. Because it's really the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because prophecy has to take place and these things have to come forth. Some people are like, oh no, I want to be always forever, or whatever. Okay, well, what is the point of doing that forever? Don't you want to see the coming of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, of Yahushai's coming, and us being delivered, hopefully, out of this sinful place? Because it's only going to get worse. Can't be on the highways forever. Like, we've seen the worst of the worst, and it's getting more worse. We've seen people on the highways and byways doing lewdness, getting either dropping dead, affliction or whatever, and then passing out from drugs, ODing over on the drugs. And this is the works of Satan.
And then, like you said, the accuser of our brethren, Esau will manufacture these things in your neighborhood, crack, fried chicken, backwoods, all this bullshit, rap culture, and then he'll make you cultivate that as a culture, and then you're doing wickedness, and then he'll pray about it to the Lord. Look at your people, you're eating pork, you're doing this, they're doing that, but he's the one doing it. He's manufacturing it for Jake, and Jake is gonna get it too. You can't say, look, I killed this other Jake because Esau put me in the system. No, you killed another Jake, you're gonna get punished for that. But ultimately, man, it ties back to Esau, and Esau got a lot of shit to pay for on that note, right? To set up these systems, you know, because even after post-chattel slavery, you know, Jake was doing good.
That's right.
Right? You had these what do you call it? Jake cities. What do you call it?
Like Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, right.
There was
Black
a
Wall,
couple
there's
other ones.
There's many of them. It's not just one, right? We thought it was one. There's many of them, right? And Esau, again, the Most High turned up the persecution. Because why? Because Jake still wasn't doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, even though you had your businesses, you had your family, you guys weren't worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right. It's true.
You know, that's why Esau got even more excited, right? There's one story about the Black Wall Street where the sheriff, he was in a plane throwing out dynamite to the city. You know, happy, laughing. You know that he might have that laugh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You know, that's, you know, one example. And the flooding of other places. And then them swindling you out of your home or whatever, you know, and then bringing forth redlining, and it's basically fucking you over, you know, using his documents. You may have signed on it and you didn't read the fine print, you know.
Yeah, they call it red tape.
Yeah,
red tape bureaucry.
Yeah, you were making a pledge with the devil. You know? But the main thing is, like, you never repented. Our people never repented, so the Most High really got us where He needed to get us. To, hey, I'm gonna fuck you up because you haven't repented, you haven't turned, and you're not serving me.
And that word repent is serious because, again, you can feel bad, you can ask for forgiveness, but to repent means actually to turn back.
Yeah. Right.
So you turn back on what you're doing right now, which is wickedness. You turn back and you go the right path. So again, like, you can feel bad and, like, hey, it's scary because, like Apostle Tahar said, you have guys that are sincere. They want to do this, but they just can't because they're not of the elect. So that should put more fear into you, right? That should really put a lot of fear into the fact that you have people that are so sincere, you know, they want to do this ministry, but they just can't. Something just holds them back, you know? So again, for brothers that are in this, been doing this, and you're going through like a rough stretch, you know, repenting to the Lord, turning back on these wicked ways, man, and going back to the Lord is where it's at, you know, for real forgiveness, right? Because again, like, you can feel bad and cry and pray to the Lord, but if you're not actually doing something about it, action-wise, the Lord doesn't respect that, man. You know, He respects action. He respects discipline.
I got this. Hebrews 6:6 says here, if they fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of Yahweh afresh, and put Him to an open shame. We've sinned to the point where it's like that's why Yahushua had to really come in and then do what He had to do for the elect's sake, because our people sinned so much, and they're still doing it now.
And you made a good point yesterday. We were talking about it, because you said that we really don't know how defiled we are.
Yeah, as a menstrual woman.
Like, we don't know how the Lord sees us and angry He is with us, and how fucked up we are. Because you're saying we just eat this and
that's all we know. But like spiritually, like, the Most High looks at us as a menstrual woman. He's like, bitch, don't come in my house. You stay outside there in the wilderness. Don't come by me. You know, to a certain degree. But the Most High's thoughts is higher than ours. So, you know, but we are like really defiled. Because those dealing with those philosophies in this place, our captivity, and even before this captivity that happened, right? We really did defile ourselves in ways like, that's why the Most High had to be like, hey, I'm just gonna fuck you up. I have to just fuck you up, and that's it. Let's see how you're gonna get out of this one. Are you gonna actually really repent turning back from the filth that you were doing. The whole elect is. But like the other Jakes, they're gone. Let's see here. Yeah, that was it for that one.
Yeah, so brothers, man, we got a lot to look forward to, right? The brother made a video about this testimony of the spiritual power, you know, how it's going to be. It's just going to be a different mental climax, man. Like, it's going to be something you can't even imagine. And that's what the Lord said in Isaiah. Eye had not seen, ear had not heard what the Lord hath in store for them that wait upon him. You know, David said in Psalms, right, at the hands of the Lord are pleasures evermore, right? So roughly paraphrase, on the right hand. All right, so there's a lot to look forward to, man. But hey, like Paul said in Acts, through much tribulation we shall enter the kingdom of heaven. So 1 Peter 4, arm yourselves as like-minded like Yahushua. How was Yahushua? He was like a soldier, man. He didn't deal with women, which you can deal with women, but I'll be honest, in this kingdom, the more disciplined you are, I know you know that now.
Yeah.
You know, I know that through experience. You know, we dealt with all kinds of women, and there's really no benefit. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you're bent up and burning, that's obviously a benefit to do that. But just to be in that mindset of, I want to see this woman and go here and do that.
Yeah.
We're not in that time.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely unprofitable to the flesh. Right? It's just pleasure which dulls you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because pretty much after when you bust a nut, that's it. There's nothing left. You're unclean after. And then you gotta, you know, it takes 3 days to rejuvenate you back yourself. So like these women are just a brain drain. And then basically you're begging for the pussy. You wanna, like, if that's your woman, that's your woman. You're supposed to just, according to agreement in the scriptures, you know, you're supposed to, that's your woman. If you lay down with her, that's your woman. So like when the time comes, when she's not on her menstrual, you can get busy with her, you know, every now and then.
Yeah, but even Paul said, he said, I wish you were like me. So like he's saying, like, you know, don't have a woman even.
Yeah.
You know, but again, like, it's better not to have a woman. You can deal with these little whatever concubines, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're all really, at the end of the day, man, you guys think you got a woman, you got a wife. You didn't take her when she was pure.
That's right.
You found her in the streets.
That's right.
Where'd you find her?
Yeah, somebody already.
Maybe at a library, but it's still, you get the point that I found her at a library, huh? She was a smart hole. You know, there's smart holes. You know? but bro, if you want to talk about a wife through the scriptures lenses, it doesn't come close to that. All right? The fact that these women come pre-packaged.
Yeah.
Through the indoctrination. Right? What is a woman? To help me. Not in this place. You got to help her. She wants you to do everything.
Yeah, that's a drain.
Right? And again, that's a manufacturing of where he made that gender. She's gender war. He's kindling that gender war. Right? The necessity of a man. That's done. You know, women don't see a need for a man because they have the state. They have the government. Right? These metropolitan cities, you can look it up. They were mainly made for women. Everything is easily accessible. You know, all these different stores, shopping, all this shit, right? So these women really, you know, like Yahushua, man. First, if you get that 1 Peter 4:1, you got something first though. You got something first. Bring it up.
Yeah. This is going back to Psalms 110 and 3. It says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth." So, you know, when all hell breaks loose, and then our people see, the 2/3 see Jake with that shine, then they're gonna be wanting. But it's like you're without, because you didn't turn from your sin, man. Now you want to get on the bandwagon. because you see the miracles, but that's really for the 11th hour Israelites, really.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that's it from there, because it was just covering back from what you were saying.
1 Peter 4:1.
Yeah.
Can you get that in the EMP or no?
I should be, yeah.
The blue letter?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, man, again, Yahushua, he was an austere man. He didn't play no games. He was about his father's business. Okay? And we got to arm ourselves with his mentality. Because the days are growing more evil and evil, right? We're in perilous times. You got to watch these people, man. These people are bugged out, right? I was telling the story yesterday. I read this one story. This Jake up on James, right? This dude went up to a cop car, in the hood, right? Jake went up to a cop car, and he asked if he could spare some change, 50 cents or some shit. Right, so whatever, I don't think they gave it to him, or in the article it doesn't say it, but he walked off, and they recognize this guy. He has warrants, so they go after him in the restaurant. They arrest him. He has a handgun on him, and they get a warrant for his house. They find ammo at his house, all kinds of shit. So these people are bugged out. They're just really gone, bro. But the man has a gun. He can, if you get in an argument with him, pull it out, shoot you. That's why the Lord said, bro, just agree with that adversary quickly while they were in the way with him. Right? Be wise as a serpent, harmless as doves. This is not time for that flexing and
Yeah.
TTC
these people, there's crazy spirits out here, man.
You can't road rage. Just let it go, man. You got it.
1 Peter 4:6.
4:1.
4:1. Sorry. Okay. This is AMP. It says, 1 Peter's 4:1. For as much as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin.
That's the EMP?
Yeah. No, shoot.
Yeah.
Let me go
No,
back.
it sounds like KJV. That's why.
It's like, yeah.
It's a good scripture, though. Very good scripture. But yeah, you got to arm yourself likewise with that mind, man. And again, that mind is more so. That's why the apostles push that stoicism, that stoic way of life. You don't have to be a definition of a stoic, but again, adopting a lot of those philosophies, those merits. When you study guys like Miyamoto Musashi, right, which I heard about that through the Apostle Tahar years ago, which Lord's will, I'm gonna do a lesson on that because he has good points too, which line up with the scriptures. And he was a great warrior. Among that, he did other things. He was an artist. He did calligraphy. He was a skilled person. He did archery, I believe. And he pushed for the fact that you can't just do one thing. You got to do what you're given.
Yeah.
If you're given talents, you got to expound on those talents pretty much. So, but the best example is Yahushua, man. It's not Yahweh, a man of war, and Yahushua is his only begotten son, so he's like his father. So the Lord, he's a master strategist, man, a master of war, right? At the art of war. People talk about Sun Tzu. The Lord is the master of the art of war, right? He can play mental games, he can play physical games. He all those tactics that you read, he does that and more.
Okay. I'll read it again in AMP because I found it. I had it there, but it wasn't jumping to it. 1 Peter's 4:1. Therefore, since Hamashiach suffered in the flesh and died for us, arm yourselves like warriors.
Like warriors. Yeah. Right? Yeah, man. Because again, a warrior, he'll deal with harlots, concubine, you get a spoil of war. But what is it? That's after something's done. You don't just, you're campaigning. A war campaign, like David, they would campaign in the spring. And then I believe it's Samuel, in the book of 2 Samuel, he mentioned, David said, look, I don't let my men deal with women on campaigns.
Yeah.
For the whole, and the campaign is not 2 weeks. Could be a month,
serious.
could be 2 weeks, could be a season.
Well, when he was he was down in Edom, said he was there for 6 months.
Right, Joab, yep, he was slaying them, yep. So again, David, that was a decree. You couldn't deal with women. So warrior, again, you have your excursions, your campaigns. Yeah, you bust your, you do your thing.
Yeah.
right? But again, you're focused because there's a mission, and men know. Like if you're gonna deal with a woman and go to the gym, you know your performance is way down, your mentality, your willpower is way down, versus if you don't deal with a woman for 3 days, see how your gym performance is, see how it is after a week. You're flying off the hinges, because that's that willpower in you.
Yeah. With the same purpose, being willing to suffer for doing what is right.
That's it. That patience. Patience means to suffer. People forget that, right? Brothers somehow forget that we got to patiently wait for the Lord. Patient means to suffer. So we got to suffer slowly. Okay? Suffer slowly. There's this rapper, Immoral Technique, right? He had a line. He's like, pain is slow motion like trees that reach for the sun.
Wow.
Slow. It's a slow burn. But the Lord is showing us these lessons in it. Right, when you're going through your hell, there's lessons in that if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
If you're in the right mindset, humble, meek, right, not bitter. That's why Paul said, lest a root of bitterness spring up in you, because you can get bitter in this truth. This truth is bitter, but you're supposed to understand, man. Like, hey, like King David said, I was so envious and foolish at the wicked until I entered your sanctuary and I understood their end. Right. So sometimes you get fucked. You see these Edomites deal with these fine ass jakes, and you see them on top, and they're proud, and they're this. The flesh can get caught up.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, this is all a movie, and we know the end. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
We know what's gonna happen, and it's happening.
Yeah, that's why the scripture says, "She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." So if we were attached to this place, all that pleasure, we would be dead.
Yeah.
So we're alive because of the Yahweh Shemel Shai opening up our minds to the scriptures and able to receive it. You know, so it's better to have that vibration than to be dry bones in this dry valley, because these people it's going to be open season for them when Yahweh Shemel Shai does his judgment here, and they're not even aware. They're like deer.
Headline.
Yeah, deer in the headlights, right? So, let me continue here. Because whoever suffered in the flesh, being like-minded with Hamashiach, is done with intentional sin.
Hey, because you might have had all kinds of women, then 5-10 years later, the Lord took that from you, and you got to suffer. The Lord's showing you something, right? Things are moving, you're doing good, and then boom, your business falls apart, or something happened. Hey, Paul said that, right? Some strange thing happened unto you.
Yeah.
Well, but I was the guy. I was getting all kinds of women and this and that. Now you find yourself in a strange situation that you've never been in before. But you got to suffer. You got to learn what the Lord wants you to learn from the situation. Right?
Is done with intentional sin, having stopped pleasing the world.
God.
So, if you're in the world, you're pleasing the world, and that's not pleasing the Most High. You're just being dead. You're just being drained.
Yep, hurtful works. All these people, because remember, again, the pleasure doesn't stop. There's no end, right? As they say, the fun don't stop. So you just keep going, and you find yourself in some weird situation if you're just giving up to pleasure.
Yeah.
If you're just giving up to pleasure, you're going to find yourself in as the scriptures say, many hurtful works. You're going to find yourself developing bad habits, man. Sinful habits.
Yeah.
So it's better to hone in, discipline yourself, which it doesn't feel good, right? The scriptures in Sirach, the Apocrypha mentions, she shall torment him with her discipline, wisdom, right? She shall torment him with her discipline. The chains around him, the fetters, because at first it is that you are locked, right? Meaning you got to grow your beard if you can, stop eating pork, don't commit adultery, and the list goes on. Mentality starts changing. So again, you got to put off the old man. For some brothers, it's a little easier than others. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, so that ye can no longer spend the rest of his natural life living for human appetites and desires, but lives for the will and purpose of Yahweh.
God.
Because that's our purpose. Like, you have no purpose here. They say, oh, get a career, this, and that. And then you fucking die. And then the money, you have to write this will and all of the stupidness. And you can't hand it down to your kids if it's like, you know, unless their name is in it. All this stupidness. It's ridiculous. You know? You don't own anything. It's just a rental. You know?
I seen one video, Georgia, a rich Edomite mansion. They're like, oh, we're passing on our generational wealth, but now the data center is saying, look, you got to sell your house or we're just going to take it. And that's, what is that called in America?
It's supposed to be a allodial title, I think.
That's in Canada. They call it eminent domain.
Oh, eminent, yes.
Eminent domain. If they need your house for something they're building through, they're taking it. So you either got to sell it or they're just going to take it. And the Edomites like, this is so unfair. I feel like we're being robbed. Well, that you know, you people, we told you, man, you don't like brother Elder said, we don't own anything.
Yeah.
You know, you don't own anything. All these cars are financed and leased.
Yeah.
You know, and to hell with these cars. Even if you own a car, these cars break down. They're not even built like back in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
70s, 60s.
Yeah, it's plastic and like plastic and then you can't even get to the engine anymore. Now you have to have certain keys in your dossier, or you want to say tablet, to access certain things. You won't have access because the dealership has the keys. Then you got to pay for the keys. It's all ridiculous. So you're forking out more money just to fix a small little problem. If you had an older model car, you know, and it was taken care of, then you wouldn't have to pay so much. But it's like, it's all vanity. Because,
well, they're getting rid of the gas cars anyway.
Yeah.
I think this year, next year. So they're not going to be making gasoline-based cars pretty much.
Yeah.
It's going to be electronic cars.
Yeah.
Which, again, we're showing you like this dystopian future. They're mapping out for you. You know? Everything is going to be surveillance.
Yep. Because they're already putting it inside the car. You know, the device you have in your hand, surveillance, everything. Your refrigerator, all of this.
Yeah, smart. A fucking smart refrigerator. What the fuck is that?
Your washing machine, your dryer,
Fucking
this,
bullshit.
that. It's all your footprint, your digital footprint. They want to know everything what you're doing.
Carbon footprint.
You know, because really all of that, they call that, you know, carbon footprint, all of that, it's all lies. It's really, they're spying on you. They want to know what you're doing. They want to, you know, to track your every movement.
And also, like you said, they're herding people into these cities. So they're burning you out from the north. You thought you're good. You go up to the wilderness, cheaper living, fresh food, this and that, beautiful nature. Esau got his ways, man. They got ticks out.
Yeah.
Remember, you got the ticks, which are bioengineered.
Yep.
Right? There's declassified CIA documents showing that they used them, I believe it was Cuba. They developed them for Cuba, and they threw him out of a plane first. Just put him out there, right, to fuck him up. And Esau got you thinking, oh yeah, ticks are just in nature. No, ticks, you know, that was a literal weapon that Esau made. So he's making you think twice. Can I live out there?
That's some Resident Evil stuff. That's BOW.
Yeah.
Right? And you think that you can kill it just like that. Hey, these ticks, you can't kill them just like that. You could freeze them. You could probably kill them and think it's dead, and then shit is still alive. And I've witnessed it myself. I've taken a hammer and smashed a fucking tick on wood. It bit me. This was like 10 years ago, because I was doing lawn care type of work. Any brother probably would be able to tell you that, you know, because I'm sure they came across it doing lawn care work, or I did live on a farm, and you can't. It's almost impossible to kill the damn thing. Probably even torching it too, you will survive. This is a bioengineered fucking weapon.
Well, that's the hammer of the earth, E.
Yeah.
Right? E's the hammer of the earth, man. This man, he don't just come with a physical sword. He'll engineer all kinds of different swords. Right? In your damn food. Your food supply is poisoned, tainted. People are saying watermelon's rubber, chicken is rubber. You know, all kinds of food is just bugged out. Elder Yeshawamba goes into that. He's saying he's noticing like it's just something wrong with the food, man.
Yep.
You know, and this is again, it's something else because they've been adding antibiotics for decades. They've been fucking with the food for decades. So they're it's what is it called, nanoengineering or nanoparticles?
Yeah.
Right. So they're filling up. You know, didn't the brother say that Coca-Cola has nanoparticles?
Yeah. It was a month. Cause I remember a while back, Bill Gates, he bought Microsoft. They bought Coca-Cola. So they're engineering, putting nanites in there, right? And if you know anything about dystopian or sci-fi movies with the nanites, that's those are insect bots that are controlled some shape or form. Damn, there's a big X up.
Yeah, big ass X. Hey, the Lord delivered us from an accident just before. What
Yeah.
how about you know, shot?
Yeah, cool.
You know, but yeah, you got more?
Yeah, there's more in the Second Peter. I mean, First Peter and 4. Where was I? 3, 4 and 2. It says,
Slacky, you see even this guy's car right here? All that shit on the car.
man,
All that dust, right? Nanoparticle dust and whatnot from the smoke.
mm-hmm.
You know, all this shit you're breathing in, and then all that shit, it went on the fucking crops, whatever's growing out there. All that because it rained yesterday, so all that shit is on the crops.
Damn, had to get a road crew.
That's a bad accident.
Damn.
Yeah, so this place is jacked up, man. This place is done. Right, go ahead.
Yeah, so it says here, but lives for the will and purpose of Yahweh. Verse 3, for the time already past is more than enough for doing what the unsaved Gentiles like to do.
God. So all that bullshit, brothers, your little things in the world or things that the Lord kind of made you get away with, the time is being shortened, man. So there's no more space for fucking up. There's only really space for tightening up and disciplining your flesh, which sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But you gotta do it. You gotta do it like it doesn't suck, like you love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Living unrestrained as you have done in a course of shamelessness, sensuality, lust, drunkenness, carousing, drinking parties, and wanton idolatries. In connection, all this, they, the unbelievers, are unresentful and surprised that ye do not think like them.
Yeah. Your old friends, your people in the world, your family, they're thinking something's wrong with you because you're not an idolater now.
Yeah, there's a saying that they say, great, what was it? Great thinkers think alike or something like that?
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, great minds. Well, great minds think alike. And those are the minds that are connected to, that have supped with Yahweh Shai. Because they think alike. Because they're the ones who created the realness of this world and then make it a evil simulation. Right? Because we enjoy nature. We enjoy the goodness of the earth. The
animals.
Yeah, the righteous pleasures. You know, we don't overcompensate the things, you know. We actually appreciate the righteousness.
Yeah, we're not wasteful.
Yeah.
You know?
We're not out here being brutes and bashing men's heads over and you know, and being evil to our brethren, you know. We're actually serving you. That's what we do in this truth, is actually serving you. It's about feeding the flock. It says, in connection with all this, they, the unbelievers, are resentful and surprised that ye do not think like them, value their values, and run hand in hand with them into the same excesses excesses of dispensation.
So you don't value their values. You don't celebrate Christmas.
Oh, you don't smoke?
Your birthday.
You don't smoke the blunt?
You know, they bug out on the birthday. They completely bug out. If you're a woman, you know, your woman's like, what do you mean? No birthday? What? Right? That's the world's values.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't go out on Saturdays out with your woman? What? What are you talking about? And immoral freedom, and they criticize and abuse and ridicule you and make fun of your values.
Con. You're out there on the streets yelling.
Yeah.
You guys believe in some spaceships. You know? But when Daddy E gives you information, oh, the aliens are real. You know? Oh, you guys are talking about Urim and Thummim. You guys are crazy. You're crazy. But then you guys see computer chips. They got same technology. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, when E brings it out, it's just But we're crazy. Well, but that's good. You know what that means? That means you people worship the beast. That's all it means. You marvel and you worship the beast. It's whole system. It's whole mirage. Because it is a mirage. A mirage is an illusion. It looks great, like America, Babylon the Great. But great not in goodness and wickedness.
Yeah. You know, like I said earlier, it's an evil simulation, right? It's a bad simulation that's bound to be broken, right? It's the image of Nebuchadnezzar, which is it's a simulation that you people are conformed to out of wickedness. There's no righteousness out of this, but actually doing the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Yeah, we're gonna finish on. There's another scripture. Is that it?
There was more or whatever, but I can go to what you want.
I believe it's John 14. But if you type in
AMP,
KJV.
okay.
But if you can read in the AMP, but to word search for it, my peace I leave with you. If you can type that in, I believe it's John 14 though. Because again, like this world will make you go crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
So we need that peace, that comforter. Yahushua said, "My peace I leave with you," not like the peace of the world. So that stillness, man. King David, he said, "Be still," or I think Yahweh said that, "Be still and know that I'm the Lord."
Yeah.
Right? Be still. I mean, don't be anxious, nervous. Right? Even though we're in the flesh, these things happen. You know. But these people, again, when they get those things, those feelings, man, they're gone. They're taking prescription pills. They're nervous. They're nervous wrecks.
Okay. John 14:27.
God, that's it.
Says.
Is there 20? Is there something in 25, 26, or?
I'm trying to.
I think it's 27. As long as it says, "My peace I leave with you," that part. Because he's a peacekeeper, right? He's Shiloh, the peace one. Gad here, right? Because remember, Yahushua came to the Americas, right? Yahushua came to the Americas. Issachar called him Quetzalcoatl, the fiery fire serpent.
Yeah.
The Zebulon Mayans, they called him Kukulkan.
Yes.
Right? Gad up here, the Iroquois, they called him the Great Peacekeeper, or the Ganoida. They call him the Ganoida, which means the Great Peacekeeper. So who's that? That's Yahushua. So his peace instills that peace in your mind, man. This comforter, the Rachak Wadash. That's why we're not on drugs, bugged out drinking. Right? That's you people. You're bugging out. You need the mushrooms, ecstasy, all kinds of drugs. You need the escapism. Our escapism is the scriptures. When we're on the highways, that's escapism. We're actually in a private setting, in the spirit.
Yeah, it's actually therapy.
You know? That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Spiritual therapy.
Could have put it better.
Because it does say peace in 27. It just talks about it in Comforter in 26. So
Okay, start 27. Yeah.
Okay, it says, "Peace I leave with," John 14:27. "Peace I leave with you, my perfect peace I give to you, not as the world gives, do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. Let my perfect peace calm you in every circumstance."
Let my perfect peace calm you in every circumstance. right? That's the AMP, right?
Yep.
Right. So again, man, that mindset, the Yahushua, he's the comforter. This wisdom comforts you. You got to go through these phases though, where it fucks you up and then it comforts you. Just like training. When brothers want to train, right? They think they're building muscle. No, you're not building muscle at first. You're tearing muscle. You got to destroy to build. It's the same thing with the Lord. He got to destroy you to build you up, man. Right?
Yeah, because you got to get rid of the old man. You got to put on a new man and a new mindset. Because your old mindset, if you were already doing what you're doing, you wouldn't have to worry about destroying so much of your body. Because there's thing between fat and muscle, and the fat has to be lower than the muscle because in order the muscle to be strong. But if you just have fat, it's just taking up space.
Yeah, the Lord said, trim the fat.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Let's see. It says, let my perfect peace calm you in every circumstance and give you courage and strength for every challenge.
That's the spirit, just temptations.
Just
that passed by, just temptation. Gone, yeah, man. Every circumstance. So like you're suffering, you know, you're going without with a woman for a while. These things are part of it, man. You gotta tap in, man. Like the Elder Yeshawamba says, tap in to the spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to this ministry, this word. Get involved, man. Brothers aren't even burning incense. That's part of our culture. To be a Hebrew Israelite, right? When we say Hebrew Israelite, you speak, you know, we don't speak fluent Hebrew, but we understand Hebrew. Brothers got to know the alphabet: Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zachataya, Kalama, Nasa, Aipa, Tazak, Warashata. That's your ABCs. You got to know these things. Yeah. We know certain Hebrew words, the Hebrew prayers, but also to be a Hebrew Israelite is the incense. That's a big part of the culture. Myrrh, frankincense, cinnamon, cassium, cassia, myrrh, yeah.
So these things you gotta burn to. Sometimes you have to change the atmosphere around
you. That's it. It raises your vibration, man. Yeah. Frankincense has the highest vibration, right? It changes the whole vibration of the place, man. That's why if there's a demon, they don't like frankincense, bro.
No, that and sage, they don't like it. It changes the whole atmosphere. That's why Gad burned it. They would use it to clear any negative energy off him. They would bathe with it. They would burn it, but it would like put it on them all over their hair.
Smudging.
The smudging. So
they had three. They had sage, lemongrass.
Yeah.
Is it lemongrass?
Is lemongrass and the sweetgrass?
It's sweetgrass, the water. Slakia. Sweetgrass and cedar. Right? They would have those three. They're purifying when you look them up. They're all purifying. Antifungal, antibacterial. But again, it changes. You know, you wake up, burn a little incense. It changes your spirit. Or smell some good oil. Smell some good frankincense and myrrh, man. It literally changes your brain chemistry.
Yeah, that stuff. It helps. Like if you have bad addictions that you can't, like you're in the world, you can't get rid of. Like to a certain, you can replace it with the habit, with the incense of certain smells. There's certain combinations. There's endless combinations you can make. You know, to for the therapy, for whatever you're going through. Because every brother has his own, affliction, right? We're all going through affliction, but we all have different adversities of affliction.
Yep. And then people might bug out thinking, how does it change brain chemistry? But do you know looking at a screen changes your brain chemistry?
Yeah.
Just scrolling changes your brain chemistry. Watching porn, that changes your brain chemistry. And that's just looking at a screen. So, smell, your olfactory. Is it here?
No.
Your olfactory is that's what they call the smell sensing system or whatever. Right. Your limbic going to your brain. Your sense of smell is your strongest sense. Right. People think that sight or hearing or right. No, it's smell. Smell. You can smell a certain smell, and it'll literally unlock a memory you forgot 20 years ago. It'll bring you back to that place where you were, where you smelt that. That's how powerful it is. Like in Limitless, the dude's like, how did I know that book? He's like, I seen the corner of it somewhere, and then my brain just brought back that memory. Right? So it's powerful, man. It's powerful. That's why that incense was part of our culture daily. All right. Finish up on that.
Because that was a part of the priesthood.
That's it.
Right? The priest, the high priest would burn incense, right? In the holies. So, let's see here. It says, verse 28, you heard me tell you I am going away and I'm coming back to you. If you really loved me, you would have rejoiced because I am going back to the Father, for the Father is greater than I.
Yep, that's it, man. So the main thing is that peace. Tap into the Spirit. If you don't got that peace, if you're anxious, if things are not right, things are feeling weird in your spirit and your soul, that means that your spirit is not tapping in. Your spirit is starving, and you're feeding your spirit bullshit. To be honest, left hand shit. All right, yeah. That was it, brothers.
Yeah, that's
Any
it.
finishing words?
Stay strong-willed in the scriptures, because that's the only thing you hold fast to, this truth. There's nothing out here anymore. It's a dry place, man, out here, and these spirits are looking to inhabit, and take down the elect, because you have the elites. They be sending up wicked ass prayers, man. Their high holy days, their high wicked days that they have, or satanic holidays. They look forward to us not accomplishing Mission Impossible with Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah.
Because they're carnal and we're spiritual.
God. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the GMS who rule well, and salutations to you elect out there. Shalom, stay strong, Kwame Asherallah, Abad Babal.